Okay, this is going to be a wise reaction to Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe's The Best Kept Secret, Your Greatest Discovery. Seen some of his work so far. Amazing man. If he was still alive today, rest in peace. If he was still alive today, I would pay anything to pick his brain. I'd pay anything, but yeah, let's go. And I'm on his purpose teachings, as you see right there. His purpose teachings. Cause I'm want to learn more about purpose. He has a playlist for leadership. He has a playlist for men, for family, for women. Yeah, I'm learning more about purpose and what that means biblically and spiritually and all these things. So let's get into it.
The best kept secret. That's the topic. The best kept secret. When I was a few hours ago in the beautiful city that I was in last, it was a strange experience. I drove past a beautiful cemetery. And in this cemetery, there were well-carved tombstones.
I know where he's going here.
Beautiful. And as I drove past, there were perhaps thousands of graves.
I love this story.
In this cemetery. And I was once again reminded of something I discovered over 20 years ago. And that is, the wealthiest spot on this planet is not the diamond mines of South Africa. It's not the oil fields of Iran or Iraq. It's not the uranium mines of the Soviet Union. It's not the oil wells of Iraq. The wealthiest spot on this planet is not the sea food of the oceans. But the wealthiest spot on this planet is right in your neighborhood. It's the cemetery. If I could mine the cemetery like you mine gold, I would be the wealthiest man on the planet. Why is the graveyard so wealthy? Why is there so much treasure in the cemetery? Why? Because buried in the cemetery are dreams that were never fulfilled, books that were never written, ideas that never became reality, visions that were never manifested. There in the graveyard are paintings that were never painted, songs that were never written, books that we'll never read. In the cemetery are great manufacturing plants that were never built. In the cemetery are sermons that were never preached. The cemetery is pregnant with unused success. Buried in the cemetery is treasure that makes God weep. My greatest fear tonight is very simple, and that is, I am afraid that most of you in this room and in this auditorium tonight, and perhaps watching this program, you are going to add to the treasure and the wealth of the cemetery. And that makes me very sad.
One thing I just want to press on is just note, he speaks with such presence and conviction. It's such power. Just want to point that out. But also what he's saying, I like that he's so direct about things. Like, he'll just call it out as it is. He doesn't hide. We need more of that today. We need less hiding and more revealing today. That's what we need.
Because buried inside of you are dreams that you still carry. Ideas that God planted in your heart that you still haven't done yet. I trust that you will rob the graveyard of your treasure. Yes. I pray that you will disappoint the cemetery. I pray that when the morgue gets your carcass, it'll be empty.
Ooh. Ooh, he needs to say that again because I know a lot of people miss that.
Pray that when the morgue gets your carcass, it'll be empty.
Ugh. It's so good because he's saying like, obviously not empty of all the organs and stuff. That's what the morgue takes all that out, but empty as in you completely gave so much. You gave all of your being, your potential, your gift. You gave it all as you were supposed to the world. That when the morgue opened up your body, they couldn't find any potential because you used it all. You used all your potential for your calling, your purpose, your gifts. Oh, come on, man. He just getting started. He just getting started. He's just warming up.
Treasure. What do you call this massive treasure that's in every cemetery? It's called potential. Write the word down.
Yes.
Why is this called potential? Well, potential, I want to define it for you one more time. Potential is untapped power. Potential is who you really are, but we haven't seen you yet. In essence, potential is never what you've done. Please make a note of that. Potential is never what you've done. It's always what you could do, but you haven't done yet. I am convinced that God has buried in every human being, all 5.2 billion of us, treasure that is yet to be tapped. The greatest enemy of progress is your last success. The greatest threat to moving ahead is getting excited about where you are. Whenever you feel like what you've done is the best you could do, you just died. Now, I want to talk to you about the best kept secret. And the best kept secret is a strange secret because only one person has it. And the secret is about you. There's information on you that has been kept because if it was ever given to anybody else, they won't believe it.
Come on. Come on.
First, I want to deal with a little issue before I go any further. I want to talk about how to be set free so you can discover your secret. The key to freedom is knowledge. And the key to knowledge is truth. And the key to truth is the manufacturer. The greatest enemy of man is not sin. The greatest enemy of man is not Satan. The greatest enemy of man is ignorance. Ignorance is the cause of all destruction. As a matter of fact, we blame so many things on this entity that we call devil that we've become irresponsible lately. We eat bad, get sick, and then blame it on the devil.
Yes. Speaking of eating, if anybody's asking what I'm eating keto chits made with avocado oil. One of the healthier oils to eat, by the way. If you want to know what the ingredients are. Potatoes, avocado oil, so not palm oil, not canola oil, not any seed oils, anything like that, which are more saturated in fat, stuff like that. Sugar, salt, cream, non-fat milk, which is cool. Mustard flour. Mustard is very good for you. Tomato powder. I don't even know what that is, but tomato. Honey, spices. Honey, which is good for bone production, good for bone health. Spices, whey, good for, building muscle. Lactic acid, onion powder, citric acid, yeast extract, natural flavors, including smoke flavor, cool. Vinegar, garlic powder. A lot of these Onions and spices and powders, all good for anti-inflammatory reasons. Eat more veggies and spices, good for anti-inflammatory, you know, and antioxidants. Cleanse your body, cleanse your blood, stuff like that. Everything I buy at the store, I always read the ingredients in the back. Always. Always. So
Ignorance is the major enemy of man. God says, my people perish, or they are destroyed because of a lack of knowledge. And because they have rejected knowledge, I must also reject them, and they cannot represent me. And then he goes one step further. He says, and I must also reject their children. Here's the point. If you don't know anything, and you teach your children what you know,
they won't know anything.
Then your children is as smart as you. Write this down. All I know is what I've learned. No matter how many books you bought, you only know the ones you read. Don't look now if someone's looking at you. Some of you bought books last year and haven't cracked the pages yet. And you show people your library and try and impress them with what you don't know. You bought videotapes and haven't burst the plastic on it yet. You bought cassette tapes and haven't listened to them yet. You see, buying information doesn't give you revelation. Reject you. It's impossible to reject something that was not available. Therefore, your ignorance was a decision. 90% of the knowledge you need is right in your house in a book you never read.
That's good.
That's good.
Every time you pass a library, knowledge incriminates you. So don't blame it on the devil. Don't blame it on your mother-in-law. Don't blame it on your teacher. Don't blame it on the school system. You don't need a teacher to learn. Oh, come on, say something, Minnesota. Some of y'all blamed it on the education department. When I walked on the premises of the university I attended, I walked into my first class, freshman, and here comes this professor. And I was so excited, all my books, and I sat there ready, eager to learn. And I saw this great bank of reservoir of knowledge walk into the room. And I said to myself, I'm going to learn so much from this great man. And he stood there for 5 minutes and says, good morning. I'm glad that you are here today. Our course of study shall last for the semester. You have 5 books to read. Tonight I want you to take the first book, read the first 5 chapters, write a paper. I'll see you tomorrow. Where are you going? I just paid $2,000 to come to this school. Come back here, preacher. I just paid $2,000 tuition and another $1,600 for room and board, and I bought all these books for hundreds of dollars, and the man spent 5 minutes in the class. I went to the library and realized that I was going to be spending over $57,000 for someone to tell me go and read a book. Come on, clap. You know it's true.
Sounds like college to me.
Knowledge is the key to freedom. I used to think that knowledge was power. That's not necessarily true, because you can learn the wrong thing. Jesus said the only thing that can set you free is not knowledge, but knowledge of the truth. It's dangerous to learn the wrong thing well. Some people are experts in error. Come on, talk to me.
Hey, he going in.
Most of the problems in our past are results of zealous, erroneous people. Hitler, for example, believed that everybody else was subhuman and the Aryan race was the only true human race. And that error made him massacre millions of people. The Crusaders, who were Christians,
Yes, I was
were
going to
under
say
an
the
era,
Christian
and they
Crusaders.
killed thousands and thousands of people all over Europe because they had a theological error and tried to force people to come to Jesus with the sword. That's why Jesus said, knowledge of the truth shall set you free. Now I mentioned to you that truth, the key to truth is who? The manufacturer. The manufacturer is the only one who knows the truth about his product. Everybody else is experimenting.
Come on now. That's good.
Everybody else is guessing. And everybody else has opinions. The manufacturer knows the truth about his product. That's why you shouldn't get information from anyone else except the manufacturer. Don't even believe the retailer, because he's in business for sales. Lord, help me tonight. That's why I don't trust humans to tell me who I am. Many of us have literally allowed people to talk us out of good products because they abused it and it didn't work for them. Not because your marriage didn't work doesn't mean marriage doesn't work. You just didn't know how to stay married. You didn't follow the manufacturer's manual. You didn't follow the specifications. When you buy a product and you open the box, you don't see the product first. You see a book first. And the book has written on it in bold letters, do not touch this product until you've read this manual completely. How many of you do that? Don't hold your hands up. What is a manual? Write the word manual down. I want to show you something that will help you forever. The word manual is, if you check it, you'll see it spelled this way. M-A-N-U. Do you see that there? Manu. It's from a Latin word which means to make or maker. Manu. Now, if you put the word manu and put another word next to it, factor, which is the factor that manus it, which means the factor that made the product, you have the word manufacturer. Are you with me? So a manufacturer is the factor that made the product. And the book that he sends with it never comes from the retailer.
Comes from the manual.
It's called a manual because it's from the manufacturer, which means the manual means the maker's mind. And he's telling you, don't attempt to operate this product until you've read my mind completely. I know the potential of my product.
Ooh, he's cooking, he's cooking, he's cooking, he's cooking. He's cooking.
It ain't good yet, baby. It's going to get good in a minute. And if you ignore the maker's mind, then you are experimenting. People who have read the manual do not experiment. They know what to do. They know how to get out of the product what's in there because they know the mind of the manufacturer concerning his product. I want to invite you to consider where you came from. What company produced you? It's a good question. I came from God Incorporated. And my company that produced me is the only element that has the right to tell me the truth about me.
Come on now.
When the manufacturer produced me, he had in his mind a purpose. Therefore, the key to knowing a product's ability and potential
Just read the manual.
is not determined by your opinion of it. Let me take you one step further. Most of you came here in cars, and if you were to go outside and check your car, you'll discover something very strange. If you check the speedometer registration, there's a number on that registration. The number of that car's registration may say 160. Some cars may say 210. Other cars may say even 280. Now, how could the manufacturer place on that registration of that speedometer that number? How can he tell you that this car can travel at 160 miles per hour? What gives him the audacity and the right to tell you, without your permission, that this automobile can travel at 160 miles per hour? He didn't ask you. And when he sold it, he placed it there, and he's daring you. He's telling you, try it. I guarantee that this automobile could travel at 160. I don't care what you think about it. I don't care what your opinion is. I made it, and I put in this car the horsepower and the piston power and the firepower to go at 160. If you've been driving for the last 30 years at 55 miles per hour, does your experience cancel the car's ability?
Come on.
No. That's why you should not judge life by your experience. You say to this car, you are stupid. Can the car still travel 160? Yes. If you say to this car, I think you're dumb and ignorant and backward, can it still travel 160? Yes. You say to this car, I don't like your color. Can it still travel 160? Yeah.
Come on now.
Your opinion does not affect the potential of the car. Now here's a strange phenomenon. If you've been driving at 50 miles per hour all your life, but you are capable of 150, and I come and pass you at 60, then you are impressed. Isn't that crazy? The problem is we are impressed by people who ain't doing nothing. As a matter of fact, I have come here to this conference tonight because I had to slow down to back up to some of you because you're going too slow in your life. And I've come to say to you, hey baby, press on it. Yeah. And so don't allow people's opinions to interfere with your potential. Your teachers call you dumb, just smile and say, mind your own business. After all, most of the time it ain't the students who can't learn, it's the teachers who can't teach.
Come on.
Society is a dangerous norm, and I don't want to be normal.
Yeah. I've said that so much in my life. Oof.
Now I want you to turn with me to the manufacturer's manual. And I want you to read a section of the manual that talks about you. It's found in section Psalm, subsection 139, article 14. Here's what the manufacturer says about the product. Now remember, only the manufacturer knows the truth about the product. Are you ready? All right, let's take a look at verse 13. For you were manufactured in your innermost being, knitted together by the manufacturer in your mother's womb. Am I okay? Yeah. Do you understand this technical jargon? See, I got to talk like this because some of you are too spiritual. That's why you're driving at 50. Verse 14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are the works of your hands, and my soul knows this well. Man, this thing gets me stirred up. He says, I praise you. He's talking to the manufacturer. He's saying, thank you, manufacturer. Thank you, factor that made me. Why? Because I am fearfully made. Write the word fearfully down. Now check how it's spelled. Be careful. It doesn't say F-A-I-R. It says F-E-A-R-L-L-Y. It says when he made me fearfully. The Hebrew word here is an awesome word. It means when he put me together, when he was manufacturing me, he was full of fear. Why? It's the kind of fear that an artist has. He was like an artist putting something together. You know, I'm an artist. I got a degree in fine arts, and there are times when I'm working with a project. Maybe I'm painting, or maybe I'm sculpting, and you have this fear that comes over you because you just want it
just right.
Right.
Just, yes. I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
You don't want to make a mistake. That's why you should stop hating your face, because he took a lot of time to put that together. So stop looking in Vogue magazine at other people's faces. Hello, somebody. He was so careful that he wanted you to be not only exactly what he wanted, but he wanted you to look the way you look. That's why in Isaiah it says, how can the pot say to the potter, how and why did you make me like this? He said, don't you dare ask the manufacturer why he did you like this, because he has some stuff you don't know about that required what you got. And he put you together in your mother's womb. That means when he wanted you, he was even careful about which womb you were in. If you are black, he wanted you black. If you are white, he wanted you white. If you are yellow, he wanted you yellow. And if you ain't sure what you are, that's exactly what he wanted. Yeah. That's right.
Oh, man.
The manufacturer says you are wonderfully made. Write the word wonderful down. I want to show you how much we just don't study the word sometimes. The word wonder, wonderful, is actually two words put together. It's a grammatical construction. Because the Hebrew word was so complicated, they had to use two English words to create the word. I am wonderful means that when he put me together, and when he designed me, and when he had faithfully finished me, putting me all the details, the Bible says when he finished, I was full of wonder.
Ooh, come on.
Let me tell you something. There are people who believe that they got to be like other people to be somebody. Why don't you want to be like somebody when you are an original? When you show up, they're supposed to wonder, where did that come from? It's amazing when women go shopping sometimes. Men do it too. You can all tell when they got a low self-esteem. They like take a crowd with them when they go shopping. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble now. And they see something they like. I mean, here you are, you see the thing, you like it. You like it. So you take it, and you go into the dressing room, you put it on. You like it. You come out, and you say to your friends, what do you think? Why are you asking that? And then your friend says, I don't like it. And you say, neither do I. That's true. I know. And you go, take it off. Tell your neighbor, be yourself. And the next word that just tickles me, it says marvelous. are the works of your hands. Everybody say marvelous. Come on, say it with feeling. Marvelous. Come on, you got to say it deep.
Marvelous.
You got to move your body. Come on. Marvelous. All right. Write the word marvelous down. It's from the word marvel. What God has produced supposed to make people marvel.
Yeah, I think right there I'm gonna cut it right there. Just because this is a pretty long video, but man, you see what I'm saying when I'm talking about conviction that he has, the way he speaks. It's so great, man. He's a great speaker, great leader. Yeah, stick around for the next one, but yeah, I'm gonna continue with this, The Best Kept Secret by the marvelous Myles Munroe. Catch y'all next time.